Once upon a time there were 3 little pigs named Porky, Piggles, and Hamhock. The 3 brothers lived together in a small house made of straw in the countryside. One day, Porky decided he wanted to build his own house. "I want a sturdy brick house that will protect me from the cold and rain," he told his brothers. So Porky set off to build his brick house while Piggles and Hamhock stayed behind in the straw house. Porky worked hard gathering bricks and stacking them high to build a strong and sturdy house. Once it was finished, he had a wonderful new brick house with a red door and chimney puffing smoke. Piggles watched his brother build the brick house and thought it looked much nicer than their straw house. "I want a lovely house too, but I don't want to use boring old bricks," he said. Piggles decided he would build his house out of sticks since they were lighter and easier for him to carry. Piggles gathered sticks from the forest and stacked them neatly to form the walls of his new home. He was very proud of his stick house with the green door and pointy straw roof. Now Hamhock was the only little pig left in the old straw house. He did not want to live alone. "I need a warm and cozy house too so I'm not left out," he exclaimed. So Hamhock set to work building a house made of hay. He piled the hay high and molded the doors and windows. Before long, he had a lovely new house of hay with a blue door nestled amongst the meadows. The 3 little pigs were very proud of their new homes. But then one day, there was a knock at Porky's brick house. A menacing wolf stood at the door and said, little pig, let me come in." "No, no," cried Porky. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." The wolf growled and replied, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The wolf took a huge breath, but he could not blow down the sturdy brick house. So the wolf stomped over to Piggles' stick house and called, little pig, let me come in." Piggles nervously replied, "No, no. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." The wolf snarled, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." He huffed once, he puffed twice, and the stick house tumbled to the ground with a crash. The wolf marched angrily over to Hamhock's hay house and banged on the door. Little pig, let me come in." "Amokansev, no, no. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin." The wolf was furious now. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The wolf blew the hay house down with one powerful puff. The 3 little pigs were scared as they had all been forced out of their homes by the wicked wolf. But instead of giving up, the pigs came up with a clever plan. First, the pigs visited their friend Polly Goat and borrowed a mortar and pestle. Then they gathered lots of colorful flowers from the meadows. "We can use these flowers to create a special sleeping potion for the wolf," explained Porky. Next, the pigs poured the flower potion into a glass and added a homemade sleeping spell from their spellbook. "This potion will make the wolf fall into a deep sleep so we can get our revenge," said Piggles excitedly. The little pigs went to find the wolf in the forest. When the wolf saw them, he growled and rushed forward. But the pigs stood their ground. "We are not afraid of you," shouted Hamhock bravely. Porky threw the sleeping potion right into the wolf's mouth mid-growl. The wolf coughed and sputtered, then quickly fell into a deep slumber. With the wolf fast asleep, the pigs could finally get their revenge. They rolled the wolf down a hill into a smelly mud pit. Then they covered him in honey so bees would stick to his fur. Next they decorated him with ribbons and bows and girly accessories. Finally, the pigs propped the wolf up in a silly pose for everyone to see. The wolf would be so embarrassed when he woke up. The 3 pigs danced around and celebrated their victory over the big bad wolf. From that day forward, the wolf never bothered the little pigs again. And the pigs rebuilt their homes, but this time closer together so they could protect each other if the wolf ever returned. The end.